Hello everyone. Today I am going to present complex integration. As we know that integration for a real valued function, but here first title is line integral in a complex plane. That is integral categorized into three categories: line integral, surface integral, volume integral for a real valued function. Line integral means any integral which is evaluated along a line is called a line integral. Surface integral means any integral which is evaluated along a surface is called a surface integral, and any integral which is evaluated along a volume is known as the volume integral. So for the real valued function fx, which is bounded and defined on an interval ab, so the integral is written as a to b fx dx. Here fx is the integrand function, a is the lower limit, b is the upper limit. Equation 1. In case of a complex integration, we generalize a form a part of x-axis to a curve in the z plane. It is defined as integral a to b fz dz or integral along a curve c fz dz. In that case, if we have this is a x-axis, this is a y-axis, and say this is a z plane. So in that case, say this is point 0 0, which is, say this is point A, this is point B, this is point C. Now our aim to compute the line integral. If this point say x0 comma y0, then it will be we can go at this point from uh, 0 0 to a to b, or from directly 0 to b, or from uh, 0 to c and then c to b. So in that case we can go the point b along to the different path. That is, this path is known as the curve. So here c is the curve, and integrand function fz integrate with respect to z. Say this is equation 2. Now when we uh, explain the uh, curve integral fz dz, so first of all we will discuss about the some basic definitions. That is, what is the arcs and contours. A continuous arc is the set of points, say x comma y, that satisfy the parametric equations x is equal to phi of t and y is equal to psi of t, where t lying between a and b, that is t belongs to closed interval ab, where phi t and psi t are continuous function of the real parameter t in the closed interval ab. Second point, if each point xy on the arc corresponds to a triangle, corresponds to a single value of parameter t, then the arc is called a Jordan arc. Say this is the 2 points, and this 2 points joined with an arc, and this arc is known as the Jordan arc. Second one, if phi of A is equal to phi of B and psi of A is equal to psi of B, but no other two values of T corresponds to the same point xy, then the continuous arc is called a simple closed curve or a Jordan curve. For example, if we consider a circle, and this circle denoted by the curve C, and if we taking say 2 points, that is, if we contain the function phi or psi, so in that case in the closed interval ab, if both points coincide at any point, in that case phi of a is equal to phi of b as well as psi of a is equal to psi of b. If this condition is fulfilled, then this curve is known as, or is known as the simple closed curve, or also known as the Jordan curve. Now if we taking a triangle, so in that case this is the closed, and this closed curve is known as the simple closed curve or the Jordan curve. Same for the rectangle. Now next is, what is a contour? So a contour is a continuous chain of a finite number of smooth curves. Say, um, for example, a square. A square is a continuous chain of a finite number of smooth curve. So this is a contour. Or rectangle. Rectangle also is an example of a contour. I hope these points are clear. Now the next point is a region in which every closed curve, that is a region in which every closed curve can be shrunk to a point without passing out of the region, is called a simply connected region, which is denoted by SCR. Otherwise it is said to be multiply connected region, which is denoted by MCR. Means if say R is a closed curve, and this closed curve not shrunk at any point, so in that case this curve or this region is said to be simply connected region. Now if we consider the another say domain D or region D, and this domain D is shrunk at any point, say here this one, so in that case this curve is known as the multiply connected region. So multiply connected region divided into different category. There's a doubly multiply connected region, triply multiply connected region. So this region is said to be doubly multiply connected region. If we have a curve this, and this curve shrunk with 2 points, so in that case this region is said to be triply connected, multiply connected region. Now next is contour integrals in a complex plane. That is how to compute the contour integrals in a complex plane. So let fz be a continuous function which is defined at each point of a closed curve C having a finite length. So the curve C subdivided into n parts, say z0, z1, z2 up to zn. So here the first point z0 is denoted by A, and the last point zn is denoted by B. That is, if we see the graphically of the closed curve, uh, of the curve C. So in that case, this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, and this this is a curve, and this curve, the lower end A is z0, and the upper end B is the zn, and this curve is uh, subdivided into n different parts. So we choose a point nk. Say this is a point nk on each arc joining zk minus 1 to zk minus 2. Say this is nk, so the previous point is zk minus 1 and the next point is zk minus 2. So in that case the sum of the n parts, which is denoted by Sn, and Sn is equal to summation r is equal to 1 to n f nr zr minus zr minus 1. Say this is equation 1. Suppose maximum value of zn minus zn minus 1 is 0 as n goes to infinity, then the sum Sn tends to a fixed limit which does not depend upon the mode of subdivisions, and denoted this limit by limit a to b fz dz, or integral along a curve C fz dz, which is called the complex line integral along the curve C, or this is a complex line integral along to the different 2 points A to B laying on a curve C. Now here I am explain the detail procedure of these contour integrals in the complex plane with the help of an example. So here if we taking a question, evaluate the integral along a curve C z dz along the straight line from 0 to 1 plus I. So in that case integral along a curve C z dz, because here z is a complex number and any complex number represent into the form of x plus iota y. So integral along a curve C x plus iota y dz, because z is x plus iota y, differentiate both sides, then we obtain dx plus iota dy. So multiply both, so we obtain x dx, iota square is minus 1, so minus y dy plus iota y dx plus x dy. So in that case, if we uh, draw the given straight line on the xy plane, so in that case this point is the origin, 0 0 comma 0, this point is a, that is a point is 1 comma 0, this is point 1 comma 1, that is this complex number denoted by in the point form 1 comma 1. So this is the different paths uh, reached at the point of B. So in that case, if we consider the straight line y is equal to x, that is if we consider a path along the line y is equal to x, so in that case we can compute the line integral on a curve C, fz dz, here fz is equal to z, along with the help of two methods. Method 1, the given path has a parametric representation, that is parametric representation, earlier I told you x is equal to phi of t and y is equal to psi of t. So here if we taking the parametric representation, x is equal to t and y is equal to t, in means x is equal to phi of t and y is equal to psi of t, means uh, these curves satisfy its own uh, curve. So in that case, when we taking the parametric representation, x is equal to t and y is equal to t, so here t laying between 0 and 1, that is the lower limit is 0 and the upper limit is 1, that is this t laying between the closed interval 0 1. So therefore integral along the curve C z dz is equal to integral, because this curve C, say this is a curve C and this curve C is mm, compute along the line y is equal to x, that is this line satisfy with the help of the parametric representation x is equal to t and y is equal to t, means this parametric representation satisfy its own equation, so t is equal to t. So in that case x is equal to t, so when x is t, so dx is equal to tt, y is equal to t, so dy is equal to dt, that is differentiate both sides. So taking x is equal to t and dx is equal to dt, minus taking y is equal to t, dy is equal to dt, plus iota integral limits from 0 to 1, this limit is of the t, so t is equal to 0 to 1, taking y is equal to t and dx is equal to dt, plus taking x is equal to t and dy is equal to dt. So taking here t is common, so t minus t, uh, this is minus t, so taking t is dt is common, so t minus t is 0, so this term becomes 0, plus iota times of limits t from 0 to 1, t dt plus t dt, taking dt is common, so t plus t is 2 tt of dt, and 2 is a constant and integrate t with respect to t, then 2 iota integral of t with respect to 2 is t square upon 2 and taking limit 0 to 1, and we obtain I, that is this will be 2i into 1 upon 2, 2 is cancel out, so this is I. So this is the value of the line integral along a curve C, along a curve C. Now similarly we can compute the line integral along a curve C with the help of the second method. If we consider the curve C and this curve C is a equation of the line y is equal to x as shown in the graph, so integrate both sides, then we obtain dy is equal to dx, and x varies from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 1. So therefore integral along a curve cz dz is equal to integral x is equal to 0 to 1 x dx minus y, x y is equal to x, so minus x dx plus iota, so in that case iota y, y is x dx plus x is x dx, So this x dx and this x dx is cancel out, so integral integrand function is 0, so whole integral becomes is 0. So plus iota 0 1 x plus x is 2x dx, and integrate this, then we obtain I. So if we apply the different methods to compute the line integral along a curve C, so we obtain the same result. So this is the detailed procedure to compute the line integral with the help of the parametric representation and with the help of the curve. And in the next lecture we will discuss the different type of questions related to the complex integration. Thank you.